G'day everyone, today we're making a Livescope pole, hence I'm saying how to make a Livescope pole. You get that. Alright, welcome to 42 Fishing, let's get on with it. I originally made one and it's about 1500 long. Only problem is I've got a 4.2 Quintrex buster. From the grab rail it probably sits about 200 mil long. The only problem is it's too low. I thought being low would have been better because it would have stayed out of the way of your casting. The only problem by doing that is that because you constantly turn it around trying to see the scenery, it hurts your back. So what I've decided to do is make an extra 400 mil longer. That's going to stop me from bending over so much. So I went out to the aluminium shop, bought a nice longer pole. This is going to be cut at 400. That's going to be cut at 400, dumbass. It's going to be cut at 900 long. With the excess, I'm going to make an elbow for it out of this little bit of plumbing pipe, which fits in the hole very nicely. And that's going to turn into a handle. But we'll do that afterwards. First things first, I'm going to cut it. Found my tape measure. Give it a quick measurement. So we were at 15, we're going to go to 1900. I'm going to go 19. If I need to make it shorter, I can make it shorter. Can't make it longer, obviously. Right. Let's go to the cutting bench. Bit of extra light on the situation. Don't know if it's going to help or not, but we'll say it does. Find my texture mark. Don't know where I put it. That's not a texture mark. Oh, there it is. This garage has never been this dirty. Dusted and shit everywhere from making fishing lures and hard bodies and all sorts of things. Okay, slightly tight enough, not being too tight. Much easier. Now I'm going to get a file, take off the sharp burrs, I'll sandpaper it afterwards. I really don't want any sharp burrs in there at all, so I'll get some sandpaper just to really smooth it over. That's pretty good, but it's still rough, so we'll get some sandpaper on it just to really smoothen it out. Like that, not going to cut anything, no fishing line, won't cut any valuable pole stuff. Next step, I've got to make a collar to stop it from sliding up and down too far. The problem you get is when it's in it, it's all clamped up nicely. It spins around nicely, which is good, but when you spin it, because there's weight down the bottom, it has a tendency to ride up, and when you get it set to a good point, you don't want that to happen. So I'm going to make a collar. Then I'm going to pipe clamp to go around it so it doesn't move up and down. That I'm going to be using this and that, and then the bandsaw. So first things first, I'll cut a hole out of it. Like so. Wish my garage wasn't such a mess, but that's my fault. cut around it. Around it loosely at the start. Getting there. Keep making it skinnier. Rough shape. Finish it off on the sander. You could use anything. I've used this bit of white block, but you can use an old chopping board or a new chopping board, just don't tell your missus. Break away all this. Let me do a test just to make sure it fits. It should fit because I measured it earlier. That gives us a nice flush fitting. So when it goes onto it, it's not going to drop down. You can either use sticky tape to get a rough measurement where you're going to have it sit. Then once you've done that, you can get a cable tie. It's not a cable tie, a pipe tie I should say. Clamp it on there, it won't go up and down. Gives it somewhere nice to sort of sit on as well. Now, we've got the easy part, taking these stupid things off. Fixing a handle on top, like so. I'm not going to worry about gluing, I'm just going to put it in nice and tight. And that's about as tight as it's going to go. What I'm going to do now is put a little hole in it, and I'm going to rivet it. Always remember when you use rivets, make the hole nice and tight for the rivet head. I only need a very small rivet. You can sort of see there, I'm assuming. And that's almost perfect. But if I need to go a bit bigger, I'll go a bit bigger. Let's find out. Yep, next size up. It's always the way, isn't it? But it's an easy fix, so it's alright. Always go smaller, don't go big straight up, because that way, and round it out to the right size. Beautiful. So we cross our fingers and toes, make sure it's going to work for us, and it did. Only need to spin it loosely. The old finger in there, make sure it's going to test. That's perfect, I'm happy with that. Just coming through, won't turn around anymore, which is what I want. Make a handle, have a bit of scrap I've got. Out of the excess, make the handle about that big I suppose, which would be easy. Same principle as last time. That's about right. Oh, it's going to come around, isn't it? So look at it. It's going to go in. There we go. It's a bit of footage I suppose, isn't it? Shouldn't so. Bit of turn, you can hold it here. About there I think. ears and eyes. Beautiful. Give it a good file. Whatever. So that's going to fit nice to my hand, as you can see, on the pole. Push it in well and truly. Make sure it's all the way in. Which I believe it is. Here comes the upside down back to front part. Bang. One done. Rip it in. Job done. Nice Livescope pole. I'll probably put a cable tie with a bit of sticky tape on there so it doesn't slide up the first time I use it, because that makes sense. I'm happy with it. I'll get the pipe clamp it on there so it doesn't go anywhere at all. Wrap some black tape around it so it doesn't get caught up on anything. Nice and neat. So I ducked down the Clark rubber and grabbed the handle. It's fitting almost perfectly. Just put it under my shoulder. Oh, look at that, it fits perfectly as well. Lengthwise is almost perfect. Just going to put a bit of glue or some sort of adhesive on the edge just there. It won't come off. Very happy with the outcome, to be honest. So I'll take you through it. I did assemble the transducer and ram mount because I thought it was going to be pretty boring if I put that on film. Let's come down to the transducer. The Hummingbird transducer's not too bad, does the job. This here is a little bit of extra reinforcing for the cables. It also holds them together. It's mainly designed so you can put the cable ties around it, such as that. Strongly don't recommend putting cable ties anywhere else bar where these points are, because it's going to sort of chew through and destroy your transducer line. Here's a ram mount. Again, there's a ball on here which goes onto the boat. You'll see that in my next video. I'll do a little rundown of how it sits on the boat. And that's it just there. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, subscribe. If you didn't like it, give me a like anyway, or a down tick. I don't care. Makes it look good on YouTube. Give some stuff going on. All right, catch you later, guys. Enjoy.